And welcome back. Well, in this series of short tutorials we're going to be taking the model that we've created of our Messerschmitt and we're going to start rigging it. We'll be applying a basic rig setup that will provide us with the controls which will enable us to animate various parts of our model. Now, ordinarily it may be that one person is actually creating the model and they may even be applying materials and textures. Then that will be passed on to the rigger and then it will be passed on to the animator. But seeing as how we don't work for Pixar, we will be the modeler, the rigger, the animator, maybe even the producer, the director, the runner and the T-boy or girl if you're that way inclined. You know, I feel a bit of a Blue Peter moment coming on. Blue Peter moment? Yes, something I prepared earlier. Blue Peter, I think I mentioned it before, a kids program here in the UK which goes back some 50 years, or it's been going for the past 50 years. I used to watch it as a kid myself. Brilliant. Yes, a Blue Peter moment. As the model is now, we could actually animate it to some extent. Let's just have a quick look. Let's open this one up. Okay, so this is basically a 360-degree revolving animation that's been created. Let's just take a quick look. There we are. Now, this is with no rigging whatsoever, and if that's something you needed, well, that's how you do it. Just put it into a 360-degree spin. The next one, now this has been rigged out and using the rig that we're going to be creating. Okay, well, let's have a look at this one. Well, as you can see, the props rotating, the wheels are going, the ailerons are moving, the rudder's going, the elevator's going. Yes, that's definitely animated, is that? And you notice the undercarriage at the very beginning as well. Okay, so as you can see here, it's animated, basic but effective, and as far as the props concerned, I didn't apply any motion blur because we've got a little bit of a trick for that later on. But as you can see, it looks as though it's flying. That's coming to a close. Okay, well, the next one is exactly the same routine. We haven't changed the animation as far as the model is concerned, but we did incorporate or apply a camera to it. So let's just take a look at this one now. Here we go. It's supposed to be in a sort of take-off mode. Undercarriage goes up, but now it's the camera which is flying around the scene. The animation is exactly the same as far as the model is concerned. And as you can see, by using the camera we're actually applying a lot more to the dimensions and to the drama of the scene itself. And there we go. And if we had the cockpit completed, then yeah, that'd be an interesting shot. What I was thinking of actually is having the pilot here turns around, and as he turns around you see a reflection of a Spitfire not only within the glass here but also in his goggles. And I really didn't spend a great deal of time animating these. In fact, it took longer to render them. Okay, let's close this down and let's take a quick sneak preview of our rigging controls. I think you've already had a preview before, but let's pop into our layers manager. We've got rig there, let's unhide our rig. Pop up to the CC Messerschmitt. So we've got things like prop speed, and if I was to set our timeline in motion, we can see that our prop is moving very slowly, but if we increase our speed here, okay, let's pull our speed down so we can vary our speed with that. Let's take a look here. Undercarriage port, at the moment it's down, but we can raise it. There we go, all done. Let's just stop this plane for a moment. So undercarriage there, port and starboard. We have our ailerons. Let's take a quick zoom around. So ailerons, port, starboard on the other side there. What else do we have? The flap. There we go. Rudder over there. Elevator. There we go with the elevator, up and down, and of course the canopy hood working there. So everything is more or less rigged. Now you will be using the schematic view quite a bit, and also our curve editor. Let's just take a very quick sneaky preview at this one. This is what we're on at the moment, our CC Messerschmitt, and under here we can see quite a few things. Things like our Y rotation at the moment is locked along with the Z rotation, so we'll be really going into this as well. You'll also be doing putting in some expressions and variables for the propeller to get that rotating. So there's quite a bit to get through in this next series of short tutorials. Well, in our next session all of this will have disappeared. Incidentally, talking about things which have disappeared, let's pop into our layers manager, and you will notice that we no longer have our reference material. We certainly don't have our frame helpers, but we have, or we will create a new layer called rig, and inside here is where our control curves and our point connections will be stored. Okay, well, we'll call that it for this introduction, and I'll catch you later.